finally we can relate. Now we're side by side, this is fate. I knew all along we'd find.
Welcome everyone! It's me, GX, aka Chris, aka the Spin Dash, and it's, once again, a SEGASonic Radio. I'm your host as always, and we've got some music for you tonight. Tonight's theme is Embrace the Cringe, and I kinda, you know, like, I wanted to do this as a theme, but it's not really like, hey, all of these songs are bad, or all of these songs are sincere in a way that could be, and it could be unpleasant, or, hey, all of these are just in uncomfortable, a strange way. It all kind of mixes together with, like, no, these are just some of the weird songs. So some of them are, like, inherently weird, some of them are just goofy, some of them are unusual, some of them are bad, some of them are good but awkward. I don't know. It's kind of a broad vibe we're going here. So if you have complaints about what is and is not being played on the show in regard to the concept of cringe, I don't care. We're playing the music anyway. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Don't at me. Anyhow, little quick announcement up at the top of the show tonight. I'm gonna be taking a week off, next week. So I just need to rest and recuperate after a very busy week. And I need to figure out how I'm gonna do my taxes this year. 'Cause I'm gonna have to figure that out. It's a very different year than most years for me. Fun times. Fun times. Anyhow, we're gonna start off with a very quick Spinbox. This one from Dodo. Who's cringier, Antoine or Bartleby? I would say, I'm gonna say Antoine, because Antoine, number one, is involved in the love triangle issue in SATAM. And, hey, if we're comparing Antoine to Bartleby, then I'm assuming we're comparing their Deke-specific versions. And Antoine is cringy within his own universe. Bartleby is one of the most normal characters in Sonic Underground. Like, have you seen the character designs for just normal people in Sonic Underground? It's a nightmare. I don't know why they designed it like that. It's terrifying. Bartleby is fairly normal in that regard, although it's also clear that he's very the 1%, and I don't know. Yeah, is what it is. Anyhow, Dodo requested from Underground because that's what they interpret as cringe. So enjoy! Here's some Sonic Underground.
There's something missing, something's not quite right, and I can feel it calling to me every night.
A little voice inside tells me someone is out there, and I must never give up, searching everywhere.
We are gonna be together. Life will be so much better. We will build a bond no one can break. No more dark clouds above. United in the light of love. The story can only end one way. We'll be together someday. We are gonna be together. Life will be so much better. We will build a bond no one can break. Yeah. No more dark clouds above. United in the light of love. The story can only end one way. We'll be together someday. Someday, be together someday.
not me. That was actually part of the song. No, that's legit. That's not me. I promise you that's not me. That was Someday from Sonic Underground, as requested by Dodo, followed up by the theme of Dan from Super Street Fighter 4, wrapping it up with Hypnospace is Cool, Hypnospace Outlaw. Rolling right into our next Spinbox of the evening, and this one's from Clara the Cat, who has a Metal Sonic, Mecha Sonic question. Should Mecha Sonic Mark II, the one from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, be brought back into the main series as an alternative to Metal Sonic, or should Eggman keep him scrapped? I kind of liked just... It felt like the appropriate ending was in the Scrapnik Island story. Like, to me, it felt like, hey, if you're gonna have this character in some way, like, that felt like the definitive end. No, what I want is the Sonic 2 Mecha Sonic. I want that. Give me that one. Find some way to incorporate that one into the game. Like, I don't know, if you're making another classic series, give me that chunky silver boy. The one that looks like he was the original Iron Man of Metal Sonics. That's the one I want. I want a chunky, grimy Metal Sonic. But yeah. I don't know. I stand by the feeling that, like, he got the proper ending, and that ending was in a comic, and I feel pretty good about that. I don't... It's the issue I have of, like... The more complicated you make a Metal Sonic look, the worse I think it looks. It's the type of thing of, like... I think there's two Metal Sonics that are ideal to me. And it's either the really chunky silver one from Sonic 2, or just bog standard Metal Sonic. I think when you made him like Neo Metal Sonic, or Metal Sonic version 3 or whatever with his stripes, or Metal Overlords, or the Sonic 3 one. To me, like, I look at those and I think, like, these are just too complicated. Like, I think Sonic characters just look better when their designs are a bit more straightforward and you know, simple, streamlined, slick. I think it just works better in my opinion. Though, I will at least say the Sonic 3 and Knuckles version, it does look extremely Genesis. The degree to which it's like, oh, hey, what if he has a bunch of spheres? What if he has sphere limbs? Like, that's extremely, extremely Genesis. Hey, Claire also has a request coming from Sonic Superstars. We've also got one from Bambaraptor9 from Sonic Unleashed. So take a listen, and I'll catch you guys on the other side. Hey, welcome back. That was Frozen Base Zone Act Tales, requested by Claire the Cat, followed up by Results Screen E-Rank from Sonic Unleashed, requested by Bambi Raptor 9, wrapping it up with Lullaby from Pac-Man 2, The New Adventures on SNES. I think it's about time for our first quiz. And we got a Sonic Racing CrossWorlds quiz for you tonight. As always, you are welcome to guess in chat if you would like. You certainly don't have to if you don't want to. And if you want to hide chat, we'll let you know the answer after a song. Here is your Quizzone for the evening. One of the many easy-to-miss details in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds Egg Expo is a building labeled AI. What character or characters are projected as holograms to represent this building? And while you do that, I am told this song is cringe. And I agree, and that might be why I like it. Here's Cross the Worlds from Sonic Racing CrossWorlds.
So fast, is this the future or the past? No stopping anyone. No stopping anyone. Grab those golden rings, those things will make your engine sing better than everyone. Better than everyone. Here we go. Time to blow. Here we go fast like whoa. Here we go out of control.
I'm put in the work. I got my power going berserk. Place location, I don't want work. I'm number one, that's for sure.
Set your goals. Steal their souls. It's Sonic Racing. All around the world. Faster than ever. Make the tires burn. Your brakes are treasure. Skies and return with trailblazing. Sonic Racing. Gadgets everywhere, this race on land or sea or air. I'll give myself a break. If the T-Rex escapes,
Racing got the people saying
with a stroke of luck, you might become a monster truck. So hit that power up. Don't miss that power up. Adventure off into another land, a world you don't completely understand. Where will the journey go? Which way will the rivers flow? These are the questions of the open road. It's Sonic Racing. All around the world. Faster
my feelings about that song are like, it feels like the theme song to a 2017 cartoon that never existed. It's like, hey, it's after school. I just turned on Nickelodeon, and the Sonic Racing CrossWorlds cartoon series just popped on with its big bombastic theme song explaining what it is about. In the most literal terms. You could become a monster truck. Gold rings are treasure. It's beautiful. I love it. Oh, Nomi's after my heart over here, suggesting, like, what if it was Orbot and Cubot? Again, the Quizzone was one of the many easy-to-miss details in the Sonic Racing CrossWorlds Egg Expo is a building labeled AI. What characters are projected as holograms to represent this building, and we got answers from Star over in YouTube and Knuckles over in Discord. It is indeed Orbot and Cubot. I don't know if this was supposed to be a joke or not, but it's funny that these two are the billboards representing Dr. Eggman's advances in AI. It's beautiful. It's a wonderful detail, and I love it. Considering the state of AI in our current society. I don't know if it's supposed to be a joke, but it's a pretty solid joke if it is. That's your Quizzone. We got one more quiz later in the show. We also have our regulars, our music fight, our In the Loop. But before we go ahead and get into the next song, we have another quick Spinbox from Sonic Trainer. Sonic Trainer asks, favorite Big the Cat moment and or cameo in the Sonic series? I like Big the Cat in Sonic Prime, in his various appearances. It was one of the few places where he felt like a little bit more of a character. Everywhere else, he's just like the butt of a joke. Like the joke is that he exists and that he is kind of divorced from everything else in the series that is happening. Like, he's just there. He's simple-minded, has very simple things to say, but otherwise, like, there's not a lot going on in there. I kind of like some of the ways that they decide to represent him in Prime. I've had this vision in my head of, like, if you could redo the series, if you could make a big, significant shift in, like, what Sonic is as a series, what would you do with Big? And there's a version of Big that I kind of wish that he was instead of the way that they've decided to approach him. I kind of wish that he was like the old guard of heroes in that world. Like, he is the retired hero who has just decided to like go fishing with the remainder of his retirement. And then occasionally, like, Sonic would need some life advice, and, like, he would go to Big, and Big would give it to him in the form of, like, fishing metaphors. Like, I think that's, like, a better use of a character. So, I don't know. We'll call it my headcanon, if you wanna think of it that way. We've got a request in from Sonic Trainer as well as one from Hasbomi, and we might even have some Sakura Wars. So let's take a listen. Here's some Sonic 3D Blast Saturn. Enjoy, and I'll catch you guys on the other side. Hey, welcome back. That was Spring Stadium Act 2 from Sonic 3D Blast, as requested by Sonic Trainer, followed up by Carnival Night Zone Act 2. Sonic Origins, requested by Hasbro.me. Wrapping it up with Slapstick from Sakura Wars. I got complaints in chat about what is and isn't cringe, or what is and isn't part of tonight's theme. And apparently some people forgot. Some people forgot that I said, I don't care. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Too bad. I've got the world's smallest violin, and the world's smallest violin is very cringe. It is very cringe. It is adorable, but it is very cringe. However, we got some Spinbox. This one comes in from Knuckles. Aren't Infinite and Mephiles way past cool? If this is a question, the answer is no. The answer is no. They're not way past. They're not. They're not. Like, no. No, they're not. Thank you for the question, Knuckles. Knuckles had a request. And Knuckles had a request. Let's take a listen. It's a Sonic Heroes. Enjoy.
Touch the ground, see the world spinning upside down. A mighty crash without a sound.
That was Sonic Heroes, the main theme of Sonic Heroes. Requested by Sonic Heroes. No, requested by Knuckles87 on the staff. Followed up by Rooftop Run Night from the mobile version of Sonic Unleashed. Enjoy those middies. Those are freaking middies. They were very middies. Wrapping it up with Pounding the Pavement from Daytona USA 2001. I think it's time for a bit of In the Loop, so let's go ahead and bring up our In the Loop board. Asking this week's question, knock knock, who's there? We certainly had some interesting responses this time, starting with Knuckles, who wrote a novel. Knuckles says, "You dare ask me who is there? I am the soon-to-be bringer of everlasting global torment. I am the herald of doom, the harbinger of destruction. One day I will oversee a global apocalypse, heretofore unseen. And when I am through, I will have proven the futility of existence. When the work is done, I will have destroyed all. Caring for I is infinite, the eternal enemy of the care bears." Thank you, Knuckles. Actually, that thank you is pretty insincere. That probably came across as insincere because it was insincere. Glimmer says, "It's me, Falcon who wants to spread her wings high in the sky one day, me, Glimmer." Straightforward and honest. Gianna says, "A cringe bad Sonic game knocks on your door, and they say, 'Can you play with me?' And then you say no, and then you slam the door in their faces." Oh, so it was Sonic and the Black Knight. Okay. No, that seems like the right reaction. Sonic and the Black Knight was the only Sonic game that I ever sold to get rid of back when it was a then current game. And then what I wound up doing with it is I eventually bought it back just because I needed to make a friend play it and be miserable. Be as miserable as I was. Oh boy. Well, this is an embarrassing state of affairs. I need to pull in this week's music fight. I looked at what the results were, but I didn't actually pull in the song. Let me pull that in now. Pull that into the playlist so that we can actually play this week's music fight, because it's time for music fight, though I didn't put in the music fight song. So let's put in the music fight song. Where's the music fight song? You have to do it right, people. Stop the show so that I can do it right. That's how this works. There. Here's the music fight theme. It's time for a music fight. Every week we ask you to throw in your votes to determine a winner between two randomly selected music tracks in a music fight, in a popularity contest. And tonight's bout is Genshi Remix from Sonic Frontiers versus Seaside Hill from Team Sonic Racing. And our winner, with a total of only 58% of the votes, is this. Enjoy! that was your week's music fight. Winner, Genshi Remix from Sonic Frontiers. Let's take a preview of not next week's bout, but the bout for 2 weeks from now. In 2 weeks, your fight will be between Option Screen from Sonic Game World, which is actually a pretty okay song. Check it out if you need to. Versus Dream You Well from Sonic Shuffle. And if you want to get your votes in, you can do so starting now with the link I am deploying in chat. Both chats. Double chats deployed. And pinning. And with that, let's go ahead and... what have we got next? We've got... what is next after Music Fight? We've got a Spinbox. One Spinbox, just for funsies. This one's from Glimmer, who asks, if the dream events from any Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games are real, which one would you want to try? Probably Dream Curling, because that's the one that I would be least likely to die. I don't trust being pelted by snowballs, even by Sonic and/or Mario characters. However, I would be perfectly fine with trying to do like weird bowling in the penguin realm. That seems nice and safe. I don't think I have some footage somewhere in my clips gallery of dream fencing from the very first game, and it's like it's some footage of like Shadow versus Eggman, where I initiate Shadow's special attack, and he just freaking yeets him off the edge of the stage, like just throws him mercilessly in a fencing match. Not like actually throws him, but like thrusts a sword in such a way that he just gets thrown from the stage, and it's like, what are we even doing here? I don't think I want any part of that. Oh, there's like the snowball fight, there's the various dream races. I will tell you, I am not a particularly stamina fantastic runner, so anything that involves running or athletics, probably not for me. Probably not for me. But sure, I'll go fake weird bowling with a Koopa shell. I'll still do poorly, but I'll do it. Oh, thank you for the Spinbox. We've got a request from Glimmer. We also have one coming up from MFA. Maybe a third song. Maybe a third non-Sonic song. But one of these is a Sonic song. But just one of them. We can't have too much Sonic music on this Sonic radio show. So we picked out some non-Sonic songs. Like this one from Mario and Luigi Dream Team. Enjoy! And I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey, welcome back. That was Dream Beats from Mario and Luigi Dream Team, requested by Glimmer, followed up by Accordion Song from Sonic 06, requested by MFA. Wrapping it up with Larry Butts, When Something Smells, It's Usually Me, from Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations. Nothing's more cringe than Larry. Or Harry. Or Larry. I think we got one more. No, we got two more. Two more male Spinboxes tonight. M-A-I-L. I do not want to attribute gender to the Spinboxes. Though sometimes the people who write them have some sort of gender attributed to them, but it's not for me to assess that. It's for me to read them. Keanu the Hedgehog asks, since April's Fool Day has passed, what would be the best worst prank that Sonic and his friends have ever done, and why? I think they should toilet paper all of Angel Island. Knuckles would be so mad. He would be so mad if they just roll the entire island. Like go to Eggman's base and just like clog all the toilets and then let them run. Like just all of them. Every single one of them. I think you could probably like egg a gun base. That would be pretty good. That would be pretty good. Just take that military-industrial complex. I don't think I'm calling, like, pranks. Like, my version of pranks is apparently just, like, Halloween Mischief Night crimes. Just have them commit Halloween crimes. That's my answer. Have them commit Halloween crimes. Just be destructive in a way that they will definitely get arrested. Definitely get arrested. Find some way to, like, get Sage subscribed to a bunch of, like, robocall things. Just give away her phone number on the internet so that she is constantly just being pestered by telemarketers. That'd be a solid joke. I don't know. I kind of want to just do it like, okay, who kind of sucks? What annoying thing that could you do to them? Have Big hang around with Jet. Set up a situation where you catfish Jet, and it's just Big, and convince Big that he just wants to hang out all day, and that you should just follow him around, and ask him important questions about Babylonian history. Of course, he won't know. Wave knows the Babylonian history. He doesn't know Jack. Perfect. We got a request from Keanu the Hedgehog. From some Team Sonic Racing. We also got some other racing stuff in here. And some non-racing stuff. We got a good mix tonight. Here you go. Have one music. And then have a second music. And then maybe a third music. Enjoy.
I can feel it now. Together 直に I love you 届けようきっと You love me 伝わるさ君に合うガラスの靴を探そう二人で Step and Go いつまでも深夜12時を過ぎたって僕らのラブマジックは時計はしないおいで召しませお姫様毒のリンゴを食べて眠っちゃいそうな素直すぎる君がとても愛しい当たり前こう宝物さ地球は回り日は昇り君は微笑む素直に I love you 届けようきっと You love me 伝わるさ君に合うガラスの靴を探そう二人で Step and Go いつまでも深夜12時を過ぎたって僕らのラブマジックは時計はしない意地の悪いまま母にも急な雨にも寂しい夜にもへこたれない君がやはり愛しい遠く離れて会えない日は星に願って夢で会おう明日は晴れるや一生 I love you 変わらないそうさ You love me 永遠さ君に合うダイヤのリング渡そうこれから何千回つまずいてさらに何万回転んでも君のガラスの靴は脱げはしないみんな乗ってる今回のこのなんたってアイドルそうグループ名はマジマジ当たり前行こう宝物さ地球は回り日は昇り君は微笑む素直に I love you 届けようきっと You love me 伝わるさ君に合うガラスの靴を探そう二人で Step and Go いつまでも深夜12時を過ぎたって君は僕の愛しい24時間シンデレラ Hey hey hey
Oh, that was on mute. Hey, welcome back. That was Green Light Ride, Wall 5 remix of Team Sonic Racing from the original soundtrack Maximum Overdrive, requested by Keanu the Hedgehog. That sure was a song. That sure was a song. It had something along the lines of a music happening or something. Followed up by Mr. EAD from F-Zero GX. Wrapping it up with 24-Hour Cinderella Full Spec Edition from Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. A nice return from Yakuza 0, but in a slightly more full version. It's good times. Good times and a good addition. But all good times must come to an end. By which I mean it's time for another quiz. Hey, we got another audio cue for you tonight. As always, I'm gonna give you a song. And that song's gonna be from a Sega published game. It's up to you to tell me what game it is from. As always, you are welcome to guess in chat if you would like. You certainly don't have to guess in chat if you don't want to, and if you don't want to be spoiled, just, you know, hide chat until after the song and we'll let you know the answer. Once again, this is a Sega published game. In the middle of the track, we'll drop you a hint if you need it. You can get your guesses in and see if you can get it. Okay, mea culpa on that one. I was not quick enough on the button press. No, strangely, nobody really guessed except Sonic Trainer, though, so I don't know. It was a short song. Maybe I was lucky and people weren't paying close enough attention. And even then, despite it being on screen, Sonic Trainer didn't really get the right answer. Maybe in the broader sense, but not maybe a super specific answer. I don't know. I screwed up. My fault. Anyhow, it's a Sonic Team game, and Knuckles is accurate. It's Feel the Magic. Knuckles doesn't count, though. He knew that I was trying to ingest this soundtrack into my library anyway. So, yeah, it's, oh, I should bring it up. It's Feel the Magic, XYXX. This was Love Theme number 1. And, I think we got another Feel the Magic song before we go ahead and exit out of that. But before we get to that one, we got a Spinbox. This one comes in from D, who asks, have you ever made a Sonic OC? If yes, when did you make your first? If no, what species did you make your OC? So, yes, GX is the actual name of who he was for a period of time. There's a weird story behind this. Okay, so way back in the early 2000s, this would have been while I was still in high school, I had interest in building out a web page, and, like, I had this weird thing in my head because I liked a certain, we'll say, Space Ghost and Cartoon Planet fan page. And one of the things that they did on this fan page was that they had complete transcripts of, like, full Space Ghost episodes and full Brack Show no, it was just full Space Ghost episodes. And I really liked the idea of just having transcripts that I could, like, take with me to school and just be like, I will read this thing of a TV show I like, and then laugh and have fun with it, which is, you know, it's the kind of logic that a high schooler has to try to entertain themselves. And I had this thought in my head, was like, I'm gonna make a website that has this stuff, and the website needs to have a mascot character that represents me. And what do I like at the moment in the early 2000s? I like and have been playing a lot of F-Zero GX. What if my character was named GX and he was like an echidna and he wasn't really attached to the Sonic series in any way? But I made him, and he was going to be like my mascot for this thing that never really actually got off the ground. Would you be surprised to know that there was a short period of time where I tried to develop the concept of some fan fictions? Like, eventually I decided, well, I have GX, what if I gave him, like, a backstory? And my version of who he was like, he existed within the... He existed before the events of, like, Silver, with the idea that, like, psychic powers were only just starting to develop within the species, and he would have been one of the first generation of, like, mild low-power psychics trying to do mild superheroics as he could, but without, you know, letting people know that he had these strange abilities that weren't quite there in this, you know, slight future. Not distant future, but just sort of somewhere in a middle ground between the Silver Future era and the present Sonic era. And, like, a big part of that was just... doesn't tie into Silver. Silver's, like, way beyond. But... I don't know, I had this vision of, like, what all the Sonic characters would have done after they sort of aged. And, like, yes, I identified that Sonic and Amy got married, but they had, but then, functionally, years before, the latest Star Wars trilogy, basically, my version of that was what happened between Han Solo and Leia. That functionally, yeah, they were romantically entangled, but basically they were never together in any meaningful way because Sonic's still gonna Sonic. And then Amy had a political career because, you know, it seems like the thing that Amy would have. It's just a whole thing. You know, it's the funny thing of, like, when you're young and in college, no, there was no Sonic Jr. No Knuckles. It's the kind of thing of, like, you don't actually... There's two kinds of people that you'll encounter. It's the kind of people who absolutely would be happy to see photos of your kids, and there's the kind of people who... if you attempt to show them photos of your kids, it would feel like torture to them. And that's what fanfiction is like. It's like there's going to be a certain group of people for whom that's like, oh, this is hearing other people's ideas for this stuff is the greatest thing in the world. I love it. Give me nom 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 nom. And there's an equal group that's like, oh my god, I wish he would just shut up. And I kind of lean towards the latter because they're my kids. These ideas are my kids, and I kind of don't put them out there much, in part because, like, I'm not emotionally invested in the same way as I once was, but, you know, we all have our phases. I feel like I'm kind of out of the phase at this point, but I occasionally go back and think about it. Anyhow, thanks for the question. We're gonna kick things off with another Feel the Magic song, and then head into Dee's request. And then we got one more. So enjoy.
Love it! 始まる。人形吐いたりろうそく消したりコウモリ吹いたりペンキで塗ったりお店のカートで激走。成層圏から地上へ大手が一つないぜ俺たち。そうです皆さん覚えて我らの名前はラブラビさ。ギザを浴びたりミサイル避けたり波まで揺れたりビューから落ちたり高速道路で前転。ダイヤの腹から気球出しさ傷一つないぜ俺たち。みんなは真似しちゃダメだぜ。サソリをついたり焚き火を模したりダンスでフィーバーみんなでフィーバー。他人のマイクで絶叫暴れた牛が何匹でも優雅に歌うぜ俺たち。正体不明で親切鬼没我らの名前はラブライツ。生きてく希望夢見る勇気を微笑む余裕を愛する心を運ぶよこの世のみんなに。大切な命大切にする粗末にしないぜ俺たち。みんなは真似しちゃダメだぜ。
Freak Knuckles, and we're at Pumpkin Hill. You ready? I ain't gon' let it get to me. I'm just gon' creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here. I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. Our ghosts try to approach me and got leery. Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkins in the alley. Didn't seem happy, but they sure tried to get me. Had to back them up with a fist metal crackle. I'm hearing someone saying, you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall. And then I started to fly, I went in deeper. Let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep down Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head, I have around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. Our ghosts try to approach me and got leery. Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkins in the alley. Didn't seem happy, but they sure tried to get me. Had to back them up with a fist metal crackle. I'm hearing someone saying, you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall. And then I started to fly, I went in deeper. Let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep. Down Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head, I have no fear. It probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. A ghost try to approach me, he got leery.
Spooky up in here. It's crazy in here. We still gon' keep it going, I'm Knuckles. Nobody scares me. Whoever want it, bring it. I don't care, we can do this. Then come step up to the plate and meet your match. It ain't no thing.
Hey, welcome back. That was some songs, specifically I'd Die For You from Field Magic XYXX, of which there should not be another game of that series, for what should hopefully be obvious reasons. Followed up by A Ghost Pumpkin Soup from Sonic Adventure 2, as requested by D. Wrapping it up with the options music from Sonic Spinball. And yes, no me, that was indeed loud. It was loud and it was Genesis. That might be the most Genesis. That song, that single song might be the most Genesis of all Genesis. Like, Put away your complaints about farty bass and drums. That was probably the most Genesis sound that you could produce in that. Hey, we are approaching the end of the evening, but we got one more trio of songs, including some weird ones. Might be thinking, GX, you didn't pull out the weird stuff. You should play some of the weird stuff. To which I would say, okay, let's do the weird stuff. You want the weird stuff? We get the weird stuff. Weird stuff's gonna happen at you. So enjoy. Here's a game about education, and then another game about education, and then another game about civics. enjoy, but you probably won't.
Civic Doodle, Civic Doodle. Just find a blank wall, cause you're gonna have a ball once you start to play this game. Civic Doodle, three-piece doodle. Put on a tie and a vest, cause you gotta look your best if you're gonna doodle with me. Oh, come to Doodle Valley. It's a place that you'll love. Help me doodle all over this town that I'm the mayor of. So grab your paint, show no restraint, and try to draw a better thing than the other person who's doodling it right next to you. Hey! Scoopy-dop-a-doo, a-leetin-dot-and-doo-da-dop-a-deetin-dot-and-doo, Scooty-yaka-deetin-dot-boom-bop-beatin-bully-yapa-deetin, got a doodle with your phone, and I've got a kidney stone, and it sometimes hurts when I piddle. Civic doodle, kid and caboodle. Well, we're never gonna stop. Grab a brush or a mop so you can doodle all the day. Hey!
Hey, welcome back. Those were songs. Yeah, I saved the ones for the end there. I saved my trio of hard hitters. That was theme A and C from Sonic's Schoolhouse, followed up by Food Lessons from the unreleased Sonic's Edusoft. Wrapping it up with Civic Doodle from Jackbox Party Pack 4. I love the Jackbox. I love the Jackbox soundtracks. Oh, they have so many good songs across the various games there. I need to set up a staff Jackbox night to stream at some point. Oh, really F things up. But you know what's the most cringe of all tonight? It's the fact that it's the end of the show. The end of the show is very cringe. We have to go. It's the end of the night. As a reminder, I will not be doing a Sega Sonic Radio next week. I will be taking a week off so that I can get things, take care of some things in my personal life and try to rest up. Sega Sonic Radio takes a lot of time and energy to put together every week. You'd be shocked how much it does, but I just need a week to recover and do stuff. As always, though, my opinions are my own, but the show broadly is under the banner of Sonic Stadium over at sonicstadium.org, one of the internet's oldest Sonic fan communities, where you can find many things like a forum, like news coverage, like a Discord, like a YouTube channel, like many social media feeds that you can follow. And you can follow us over at Sega Sonic Radio on YouTube. Just search Sega Sonic Radio, you'll find it. And give it a subscribe. And if you like it, and you think someone else would like it, let them know. Like, we don't advertise much, so word of mouth, that's the best advertisement we can do. Saying, hey, we like a thing to do. We like a thing to do here. To do this thing. You'll love it. It's very cringe. And with that, I think we're going to close off with an extremely cringe game. I think it's time for some Sonic Shuffle. Enjoy some Sonic Shuffle, people. And then go to bed. And then wake up and it'll be weekend. Good night.
Here we go. Now. Here we go. Now.
think before we go, we also have a vibe. It's your vibe for the weekend. Enjoy a weekend vibe.
お邪魔にでかくよ総裁フィーバーつなげて